One, two, three. Bounce.
I think we found it. Good morning, everybody. This is Danilo from Crypto News, and today we're taking on a crypto journey. We're in Stockholm, Sweden, and we're going to Bloxpo, which is a really cool crypto event hosted by Ivan on Tech, who's one of the largest YouTube influencers in crypto. So let's go check out what's happening in the blockchain space in Sweden. Come with me. Okay, looks like we're here, guys. Let's go in and meet some Swedish people who are into crypto. Let's go. So we're at the center of the Bloxpo conference. Right now, there is the networking time going on. You can see a bunch of people talking crypto, a lot of blockchain founders presenting their projects. We have some corporates here as well. There's PwC, there's Microsoft, there's IBM. All these big companies are looking into adoption for blockchain. And it's just great to see the craze, the interest in the space. And there's also some ICOs. Maybe we can actually go check out Dino. I think there's an interesting project we can talk about. How's it going, Felix?
I'm fine,
Good.
thank you, and you?
Yeah, very good, thanks a lot. I just saw a bunch of ICOs here and projects doing great stuff on blockchain. And I just thought I want to ask you some questions so you can share with our audience, like what you guys are building. So I see everybody wearing these interesting masks.
Yeah.
Maybe you can tell us a bit about it, like what's Dino and what is this mask?
So Dino is a part of Diagnostics.
Okay.
We developed a smart analytical device. So we are analyzing your metabolical system with our device. And it's fully transportable and it's smart and you don't need any medical stuff in order to use it. So everybody can actually use it and get a full body screening. And we're doing this by analyzing your breathing gas.
Well, look, I wish you good luck with the project.
Thank you very much.
I think you guys are doing a sale soon, a token sale, so I wish you good luck with that one as well.
Thank you very much.
Keep up the good work, and do I get a mask? Can I take this home?
You can take it at home.
Awesome.
So it's only the mask,
Perfect.
not the device.
Looks
You
good.
can keep it. So go ahead.
All right, good
Thank you
stuff.
very
Thanks a lot. Okay guys, we're here with Richard Hart, founder of Bitcoin Hacks, as well as a big cryptocurrency advocate and influencer for ages, right?
That's
so
me.
That's you, and obviously you've been in Bitcoin for a long time. You've know the technology and know the currency. You used to call yourself a Bitcoin maximalist, and now you switch to
Maximalish.
Maximalish.
Yeah.
Can you maybe tell us about?
I still think most
that means?
altcoins suck and most ICOs suck, but some of them are okay. Like if you need to pay people anonymously, you can't really do that in Bitcoin. It's not easy, and then they know how much money you've got. So if you want to pay someone without them knowing how much money you got, you've either got to launder it and mix it, and that sucks because now you're mixing it with dirtier coins. Why would you want that? Or you just use Monero. So Monero is a good privacy coin. When I pay people, I pay them in Monero because I don't feel like having to fight the chain analysis of my Bitcoin stack, basically.
Since you're talking about privacy coins, what do you think about the other privacy coins that are out there?
I think Zcash has a good technical team, but no one uses the privacy in it.
Okay.
So, Dara Hopwood and some of the other people there are pretty smart, pretty effective, Zuko Wilcox, etc. However, since no one uses the privacy, only 3% of Zcash transactions are shielded. Only 3% of the coins have any anonymity in them at all. It's terrible. So a lot of people are probably using that thinking they're secure and they're not, and that's worse, that's evil, that's bad. You don't want to trick people into thinking they're secure and they're not. That gets people killed, that gets people put in jail, it's not good. So I don't really like the 20% founders tax they have that goes to 10 one day, but it's 20 now. And I don't really like the fake anonymity that's not really happening. So I respect them intellectually, but I don't like the project
Got it.
otherwise.
Okay, now we're going to go check out Strikes, which is an ICO that claims to be the token for all football fans. So let's go along and meet them. Ben?
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Pleasure to meet
As
you.
I said to you before, I wanted to just have a quick chat with you. You can tell our audience what Strikes is about. Maybe you can just start with a quick description of the project.
Yeah, so Strikes is, what we're doing is we're tokenizing fantasy football.
Fantasy football tokenization. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're doing, and we're creating a community-driven platform that is basically going to allow users to decide exactly what they want to.
As a football fan, I'm quite intrigued, but fantasy football is not something I've already explored myself. But it's definitely something we should look into and take a look at. Thanks so much for your time.
Well, thank you very much.
Take care. I'm here with Amrit, the head of research at Zilliqa. Super excited to have you here. Thanks so much for being on the show.
Hello, thank you so much.
It's good to see you. So, can you please tell the audience what is Zilliqa?
Yeah, sure. So Zilliqa is a scalable blockchain platform. What I mean by scalable is that it can support a high number of transactions per second.
Okay.
So let's say if you have a blockchain platform that becomes really popular, you want to ensure that it can support users' requests. So if users interact with this blockchain platform, they can actually, the underlying blockchain platform can actually handle that many requests.
I met Joel, friend of mine from back in the days.
There you go.
Big crypto guy. And he's actually working on a project called Peer Mountain, which I thought would be interesting to learn more about. Can you please tell us what is Peer Mountain?
Yeah, sure. So Peer Mountain is an open protocol that connects self-sovereign identity holders with service providers to enable commerce or crypto commerce at a large scale.
Wow, okay, interesting. Yeah. Can you maybe go a bit more granular or like
yeah,
high
exactly.
level?
So on one hand, it's a self-sovereign identity app, just like similar concept like Civic or so, where the user is in full control of their own data.
Got it.
But on the other hand, it's also a service for companies that want to actually use their data in a compliant fashion and in today's environment. So you can actually deploy Peer Mountain today and deploy products on the blockchain and use self-sovereign identity data.
Okay guys, I'm super excited to be here with Ivan on Tech, who is the organizer and the person who brought everyone here together in Stockholm.
Thank you very much.
Welcome,
Nice
Ivan.
to be here. Nice to be here.
It's awesome to have you. I mean, I've been, following your content for a long time, and I think you have a very strong personality, influence, and opinion in the space, and it's just a breath of air to just check out your content. So I think our audience will be excited to have a few, questions from you.
Yeah,
we have for you. So the first thing I'd like to ask you is, why do you wake up in the morning? I mean, your passion is
So,
key.
I mean, first of all, I get a lot of credit for Bloxpo, and it is true that I've helped, but it really is the team who has organized everything and fixed it. But it is, of course, amazing to be the host and to speak on stage.
And the Blockchain Swedish Association as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. But when it comes to waking up, I mean, I think cryptocurrencies are very fun. It's so interesting to do, for example, YouTube, to do different consulting tasks. So it's a new industry, new challenges. No one has done it before. And therefore it feels like you are a pioneer, and therefore it feels like you're doing something special, you're contributing to the world. And also I get a lot of good feedback from the community and from YouTube and from everywhere. So it just, it's this positive feedback loop, and you just want to do more and more and more.
Do more and more.
Yeah.
On a fundamental level, like I know your background and also your experiences as a child impacted your passion for financial systems, for currencies. Like maybe you can give us a bit of background.
So I was born in Belarus, and during the first years of my life, I realized, my parents, my grandparents, they all have dollars in their under the pillow. So I was curious, why do you have it? Why don't I use Belarusian rubles? And then you realize, okay, currency isn't really worth anything when it comes to it. And so at a very young age, I kind of learned what it means to have a currency that is losing value each and every day. In Sweden and in the US, you don't really feel that, because you're used to having a currency that is stable and works very well. So for me, this is one of the reasons I'm so passionate about blockchain, because there are so many countries currently where people are having a currency that they do not trust. And so now you have an alternative. Also, I'm a software developer, so for me it's very exciting to see this new kind of software development paradigm, new technology paradigm as well, building up from nowhere really. And also I'm very interested in politics as a whole. How can you regulate this in a good way? How can you attract talent to your region? And this is just, all of the different topics I'm interested in come together into one.
Right. I mean, you're a lucky guy. You're in terms of like your interests and your passion, everything coming together.
It's somehow,
Do you still have time to develop?
Develop, I currently not so much. Not so much.
But
I mean,
you still go through GitHub.
yeah. So,
repositories.
for example, we do check GitHub source code for different projects, check so that they're working. We also have a coding course where we teach programming.
Right.
So I'm still doing programming. Sometimes I'm still doing programming, but I mean, I went from being 100% software developer last year, and now it's maybe 5%. So it has changed a lot. It has changed a lot.
Well, and not everything has been changing in the space. Like, so what would you say has been the biggest change over the last year within the ecosystem?
So much. I mean, just 1 year ago we didn't have Bitcoin Cash. Only 1 year ago we had New York Agreement at Consensus last year, and you just think about what has happened. It's absolutely insane. The prices have skyrocketed and also crashed, but still way higher than last year this time. But the most significant currently, I think that the huge players are moving in. You see Nasdaq working with cryptocurrencies, you see New York Stock Exchange, you see funds, you see billionaires moving in. So I think it's just, we are at this tipping point, as I told in the presentation, we are at this tipping point where this becomes very, very serious, very mainstream as well.
And what do you think is next for cryptocurrencies and the blockchain industry?
So I think security tokens are interesting. I think that is the next step, and this is something we also talked about before. And the more security tokens we see, the more interesting it will be for example, Nasdaq, New York Stock Exchange to be in the game. Because suddenly stocks are no longer stocks, they are cryptocurrencies, digital assets on the blockchain. So in that sense, I think it will only accelerate this movement that is bringing together traditional finance and crypto finance.
Right. Awesome. Look, is there anything you would like to share with the audience, maybe for people who are, still not fully committed to cryptocurrencies or are still a bit skeptical about the whole game? Maybe what's one message you could share with people who are still yet to be fully wrapped up?
I think just look beyond what you hear on the TV and in mainstream media. Sometimes you hear it's scam, money laundering, terrorist financing, but I mean these are the basic level arguments that have been disputed, and we have so many other good arguments for why cryptocurrencies should exist. For example, fighting corruption, financial exclusion, inflation. There's so many good things that cryptocurrencies do in the world, and once you understand that, you are really drawn into it. You're really realizing that this space does a lot of value in the world, and many people are escaping poverty, for example, through cryptocurrencies and blockchain.
You are someone who's actually very passionate about the whole social impact of cryptocurrencies, right?
Absolutely, and that is because when I was a young kid, we had a currency crash in Belarus, and this impacts a lot because people have been saving money all their lives and suddenly it's worthless.
Yeah, that's right. Well, blockchain is definitely an innovation that will disrupt so many different industries, and the social impact space is definitely one of them. So again, thank you so much for your time.
Amazing.
Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed today's crypto journey here in Stockholm for Bloxpo. We took some great footage, met some great people, and made new interesting connections. We tried to spread the message to you guys and share some interesting stories from projects that are being worked on. Some of our speakers shared some of the content, and it was a really great gathering. I hope we come to Sweden again, and we'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please of course subscribe to our channel, smash up the likes, and we'll see you next time. Peace.